Hi everyone and welcome back to Sunmi Learns. If you're new here, my name is Sunmi and on my channel I try to learn something new every week. And this week, or actually lately, most of my learnings have been through books. And one of my favorite websites, actually it might be my favorite website of all time, is Thriftbooks.com. It's this website where you can buy new and used books at a really discounted price. So either ways, I had like a huge haul from the website. Typically I actually do not buy my books like physical copies. I typically just borrow it from the library, but I don't know, sometimes I just feel like buying a book, or like I just want to have a book that I've already read like as a physical copy. So yeah, I have like I think 13 books here, and I'm just going to share about all the books. Hopefully that will influence you to buy from thriftbooks.com. Also, I'm going to be looking down at my laptop just so I can tell you guys what condition of the book I bought it in, because on Thrift Books you can buy either very good condition, like new, or acceptable. And I'll also probably share the price that I paid for it. Some are actually ridiculous. I don't know why I paid this much, but still, okay. So yeah, so the first book that I bought is Shatter Me. So the way I actually got into reading this year was with this series called the Selection series. It's a dystopian like novel, romance novel. But then when I finished that book, I really loved it. And I was like, I just really want another book that is like dystopian as well. And a lot of people recommended this one. All I know about this book is that I think her touch is like poison or something like that. I might be wrong. I also like going into books like not knowing much about the book because I do not like any spoilers of any sort. So either ways, yes, I bought this one in good condition, which I guess there's this sticker which is just ugly, but then I think overall for good it's good. I don't think there are any writings on the inside. No, it looks really pretty on the inside, just like regular book. And then I ended up paying $7.09 for this book. I actually think I might have been able to get it like cheaper if I had waited. But honestly, for a hardcover book, I think that's pretty good. The price at the back says $17.99. So I think it was a steal regardless. And then the next book that I got is Keeper of Lost Cities. So this book, all I know is that it's like a middle grade fantasy book. It says, oh wow, now I'm invested. I like this. I think I really like it. I bought this in acceptable condition, and I can see why like it's considered acceptable. This is how the book came. But honestly, I as long as I can read it, I don't think there's any writing on the inside. Yeah, I think this is the only like outward damage. And for this, I paid $3.99, which I think is just really cool. So the next book I bought is Crazy Rich Asians. I'm sure everybody knows the movie Crazy Rich Asians. I actually don't think I've ever watched it, but I decided like, okay, before I watch it, I should read the book. I don't know. I feel like books tend to be better than the movie adaptations. That's at least my view. And this one, I bought it in good condition for $4.19. And I actually think this one might have been like, because honestly, I don't think this should go for good condition, because you guys can see like the black stuff. I don't know, the cover just feels dirty. It's decent. The back says the book is actually $16. So since I paid like $4.19, I'm not too upset. Okay, so the next book that I got is Nevermore. This is also a middle grade like fantasy book, and I don't know as well, like or maybe I knew and then I forgot what this book is about, but a lot of people recommended it and said it to be really interesting. Someone even said this book is better than Harry Potter. And for that, I strongly disagree, and I might just be reading this book to prove that person wrong. But honestly, I like the cover. It's really pretty. It looks like it could be really interesting. The back just says, oh.
Morrigan felt a swirl of panic and elation. This was her second chance, the beginning of a new life she never dreamed she'd have. Was she going to ruin it by breaking both her cursed legs, or worse, splattering herself all over the ground?
There was only one way to... Oh, wait. I think this might just... Oh, that... Okay. That wasn't the summary, because I was so confused. Like, what? Okay, so this says... Oh, interesting. Okay, this does sound really good. I really love the cover. I don't know what it is about the cover, but I think it's so pretty. When I'm reading this, the first thing that comes to my mind is Peter Pan and Neverland. I don't know if that was meant to be. And it also says Nevermore, but I don't know, sounds interesting enough, so I'm really excited. Oh, and I got this in good condition, which I do think, honestly, this condition is beautiful. I don't think I will see one like blemish on it. It just looks really, really pretty, absolutely gorgeous. To me, this is honestly almost like new, or at least very good. Got it for good condition and $5.09. Okay, and the next book that I got is An Unkindness of Magicians. This is, oh, whoops. This is the book. It has like this, I love that feeling. I don't know what it's called, like when the letters are kind of pushed forward. I think this book is the one that is set in New York and has something to do with like a group of magicians. Well, clearly unkindness of magicians. But yeah, the reason why I purchased it, because as you can tell, I don't even remember what it's about, is because someone recommended it, and I've been trying to like vary my taste. Like, I don't just want to read like the cheesy romance novels. I want to read like thrillers or mystery. Definitely not horror. I don't think I can do horror, but like classics, whatever. So this was one of those books that I was like, oh, okay, I don't think I'll typically pick this up, but sounds interesting enough, so let me see. So this is what the back says. So this might be one of the books where I'm like, I don't know. Because I don't even know how I feel about like books with magic in general. Like, of course, Harry Potter is just fantastic. I think, yeah, but I've not read much more like magical books apart from Harry Potter. But I don't know. I don't know if I like this. The person who recommended it, I can't really remember who it was specifically, but I do remember like she really spoke so highly of this book. So hopefully I like it as well. And I got this one in good condition, which I really think it is. I do think for thrift books, this one was slightly expensive. Like, it was $6.49. I feel like if I had waited, I could probably have gotten it for like $4 or like $5 on thrift books. But still, $6.49 is really amazing. The back says that the book actually cost $15.99. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah. Okay, and the next book is Lock Every Door. I do not know why I paid so much for this. Because first of all, it's not in a genre that I've like read a lot of. This is thriller. I don't think I've actually even read a thriller. I've read mysteries, but not like hardcore thriller. And I paid $9.49 for this. I think I just wanted the book for some reason. I do not know why. And it came in like new condition. I guess it does look like new, I think. I cannot remember. Oh wow, it's from a library. It's from Columbus Metropolitan Library. I can't remember what this book is. Oh wait, actually no, I don't remember what the book's about. But I do remember that it was a thriller. I was even just slightly terrified reading the summary. So I don't know what the experience would be reading this book. Oh no, I just found a torn page. Hold on, can you guys see that? Wait, hold on. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's torn right here. Ooh. Yeah, but they said like new. So that's unfortunate, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't the one who tore this. But other than that, it is like new-ish, but yeah. On to the next book. Okay, so the next book that I bought is a book that probably everybody knows about this book, and everybody has read it. And I actually never read this book. Spoiler alert, it has to do with vampires. Twilight. I don't know why I did such a dramatic like entrance for Twilight, but I actually think I did read this book. That was like a really long time ago. I can't remember how old I was, but I was pretty young. I did read this one, but I never read the rest of the Twilight series. So I decided like, why not finally read this series. I actually even just watched the movies for the first time like at the end of 2020. I don't know how I feel about the movies, but I still want to try out the book because people are like, the books are better than the movies. So I'm like, okay, cool. It also just seems like a kind of like a modern day classic, so I feel like I have to read it. I bought this one in very good condition for $4.69. Yeah, I think overall I can see why this is very good condition. That does look a bit... Then I also bought the second book in the Twilight series, New Moon. And this one I got in very good condition for $4.69. I would say that this one, like, the spine is really cracked, which I don't like mind, but then I don't think this should have been in very good condition. I feel like maybe at most good, maybe acceptable, but honestly, apart from that, everything else looks really good. And then the next book that I bought was Secrets. It's a book by Robin Jones Gunn. So I've been wanting to read more Christian novels. Before, like when I was younger, one of my favorite authors was Karen Kingsbury, but now I just find her books, I don't know, a little bit slow. I'm trying to give them like another chance, and yeah, but I don't know, I just find them a little bit slow. But I would really like to read more Christian fiction. And I believe that this author, at least I think, she's a Christian author. This book had like amazing reviews, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll try this one. If you actually have any Christian fiction books that you'd like to recommend, please put them down in the comments. But yeah, I think, oh, I remember I read what this book is about. I think it's about a girl who moves to a new town, and like she has some secrets, and she meets this other man who is a paramedic. Yes, okay, there is a paramedic involved, and there's a jealous woman. Yeah, secrets. I think many Christian novels always start with this premise of like moving to a new town, or like moving to this, I don't know, but hopefully this is interesting. I'm still excited to read it. I'll let you guys know what I thought of it after I read it. And then another book that I got is Ellen Hildebrand, The Perfect Couple. So the author is, oh, did I say? Oh, I didn't say. So for this book, Secrets, I bought it in acceptable condition for $5.09. And honestly, I actually think this book could have gone for like good or very good. Yeah, I literally see almost nothing wrong with it. Maybe, I don't know, because this part is bent a little. Yeah, looks really good from the inside. So I do think this should probably have gone for like good condition. Oh yes, and this book, The Perfect Couple, the reason why I bought this book was I also, like most of the books that I buy are books that I've already heard a lot of people talk about. I've like watched a lot of TikTok videos about it, so there's a lot of hype. But then sometimes I don't really want to buy a book just because, I don't know, the cover is pretty, or just based on my opinion about the book. I don't want to have to like, sometimes I just want the mystery. I don't want to know what the book is about. I don't even want to know if it's good or bad, or if it's already hyped up. I just want to buy a random book. So that's what this book purchase was. I had heard of this author's name, and then this book I know is like a mystery that is set in like a wedding. I think the bride is killed or someone is killed. Oh, the maid of honor is discovered dead at this wedding. And I was like, oh, this sounds interesting enough. I'll buy it. The cover is also like pretty enough. I don't know, looks decent. I bought this in very good condition for $4.69, which I think is amazing. So on to the last three books that I bought. So this book that I'm about to show you all is also a like very popular series. A lot of people were reading the book. A lot of people, I believe there was a TV show or a movie. I think it was a TV show, but I also never watched that. And that is Hunger Games. So yeah, a lot of people also liken the series that I really love, the Selection series. They likened it to like Hunger Games. And I'm like, okay, if I love that series, then I don't know, maybe I'll love Hunger Games. I have no idea what Hunger Games is about. But I don't actually think I want to know, so I'm not going to read the like back of this one. But yeah, I bought this in acceptable condition. Wow, it looks so pretty. I really thought I bought this in very good. Honestly, sometimes like the ratings, like the conditions are just weird on Thriftbooks, because this looks stunning. What? Maybe it's the inside? Ooh. Okay, this is hard to flip. Let me just... Yeah, I see absolutely nothing wrong with it. Oh, and I bought it for $3.99, which is just really, really cool. Okay, and the next book that I bought is Legend by Mary Lou. I've heard also a lot of great things about this book. I saw it in a lot of videos that were like, if you want to get out of a reading slump, read this book. And I'm like, okay. It's also a dystopian novel. As you can see, I'm leaning very like dystopian. But yeah, so it's also a dystopian novel. Seems really, really cool. I actually already started reading this one, and I already love it. I stopped because I needed to do a buddy read with someone else, but I was like, I think just like 30 pages in, and I was already like, I don't want to put this book down. Really, really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoying it already. I'm hoping that it continues. It seems really cool. I like the cover as well. And I got this in very good condition for $6.39. I do think that's kind of expensive for like a used book, I guess, but still really beautiful. I do think it deserves its very good condition. It looks stunning and I don't see anything wrong with it. And I decided to just pick up a really small book, which is, I don't know why I even chose this, but A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. Oh, I think a friend told me that this was one of her favorite Nicholas Sparks books. And all I know about him is, of course, the like romance novels. The book is just really tiny. I was like, okay, this could probably be like an easy, cheesy read that hopefully I enjoy. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. This also came in very good condition for $4.69. So those were all the books that I bought on thriftbooks.com. Oh my goodness, how dare I? I forgot one book that I also bought, which is A Good Girl's Guide to the Outback. So one of my like greatest wishes and desires is to travel to Australia. Like I've just always been obsessed with Australia and I just really want to travel there. So I was like, I just want to buy a book that has something to do with Australia. Let me live my dreams through a book. So I bought this book. I think it's actually also a Christian book, so even like double excitement. It's about a youth pastor from Virginia, and I believe he works with someone that like him and her, they just, I think they don't seem to like each other very much, and for some reason he moves to Australia and she joins him as well. I think it's like I realized I don't really know something. Either ways, they both moved to Australia for her to work on a farm and he's working on a farm. They fall in love. It seems like a very like cheesy, like hallmarky vibe, but either ways it is set in Australia and I'm excited to read this book. And I bought this one in very good condition as well for $4.69, and I do see why. Like if the book is like new in my opinion, like it just looks really beautiful. But yeah, so that is it. If you've seen any books here that you have read, please let me know if you think I'll like it, or did you enjoy reading any of these books. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I highly recommend thriftbooks.com. I really think they're awesome. I'll leave a link down below to like open your own Thriftbooks account if you'd like, and if you buy any books, you should definitely let me know. I'd love to see it. But yeah, thank you and happy reading. Bye.